My dad came here in the early 50s and started. My name's John Smith. My brother Terry and I have Smith Dairy Farm, and we're producers of milk for Prairie Farms Dairy. And we're outside at 4:30 in the morning. Cows need fed 365 days a year, and you learn the mannerisms of each animal. You learn who they are. Prairie Farms, they depend on us to be finished milking at a time when the truck's going to come to get the milk. We're all one big team.
Proudly farmer-owned.
It's part of what we've been raised to do.
Prairie Farms.
I'm here today and all I hear is how I'm chasing crazy dreams. They'll sing, 'cause I've got perfect songs and melodies just waiting to come out of me, and you'll sing along like, oh, whoa. Fancy words, clever lines and tales that take you back in time, and you'll sing along like, oh, whoa, and they'll know. Everyone will know. They should have believed in me.
Should have believed, baby.
You're watching The Spiel.
Julie changed. I mean, a lot. Julie, you've changed a lot.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's one of those things.
Michael Gebben?
That's it.
Okay, otherwise known as GEBBS.
Everybody calls me GEBBS.
Look, he's a sensation. I know you've heard of him. If you haven't, just Google it. You know, Google, I love that. He's got his own YouTube channel. A lot happening. Interesting story. You know, you always have a backstory.
That's right.
Right?
There's always a story.
And what is it, 6 degrees? With us, it was 2 or 3 degrees, you know.
The separation?
That
Yeah,
kind of thing,
absolutely.
yes. So anyway, I'm attending a wedding in the St. Louis area. And I kept hearing a buzz all night, like, we'll have our video, our wedding video, you know, the coveted wedding video that everybody has, right? We'll have that tonight. I'm like, BS! You will not, because I have cut wedding videos,
Right.
2,800 hours,
Right.
you know, like you said. Lo and behold, at the end of the meeting, they're like, everybody, sit down, we've got the wedding
Here we
video.
go.
You know, here it comes. And I'm like, stop it. Stop. What's going to happen here?
Big screens.
Yeah, big screen.
That's
okay.
right.
Everybody's there. Granted, they've had a little bit to drink, so it's not really quiet in the room, but
Nope.
they're excited.
But they get quiet.
They're pumped. Oh, they do. Yeah. This epic film comes on, just like, and I say that it's a Hollywood film. It's just dun dun dun. It's fantastic.
really
I mean,
talking
like
it up.
copters flying and moves that I'm like, wow. And then I hear that it's you. You're responsible for these same day edits. Is
Same
that what
day
you
edits.
call them?
Yeah, yep.
Man, what'd you charge? Like $100,000 for that?
Well, you know, not
Close.
too far off.
Okay,
Not too
yeah.
far off.
But
yeah.
unbelievable. Anyway, I reached out to him. I said, hey, we've got this show, The Spiel. We want you to come on and talk about that. You're like, well, Angie, you know, I'm kind of doing some other things.
Yeah.
And
I
you
surprised you.
You did. You did.
That's what I like to do. More in the motivational side of things. I love inspiring people. In fact, the shirt I have on today, anything is possible.
Absolutely.
You know, I think that people, you know, it's funny how unaware we really are. Like when I started, I was doing $500 weddings. I was transferring tapes to DVD. And it wasn't that I didn't believe that there was other things. I just wasn't even aware of it.
Sure.
I didn't even know. And then once I started to become aware, holy cow.
Right.
And then the same day edit, as you're mentioning, is one
Anything
thing
is
that,
possible.
Exactly. Anything is possible. And it really changed my life. And because what I've learned is you always have to do your best. Anybody out there is an entrepreneur, you know, if you're not doing your best, you're not going to get the best of everything.
That's right.
You know, and somebody thinks they're getting $200 that they should only do a $200 job. But if you know how to do better than what they paid you, you need to do better so you can get better.
You're only as good as your last bit of work.
That's right. That's right.
And for me, it was difficult because we covered a lot of chamber meetings and the council, the city council. I'm like, really? You're only as good as your last piece of video. And it's interesting because if you Google Michael or GEBBS, we're going to GEBBS, you know, like.
Should find me under either. There's a healthcare provider in Germany under GEBBS, but I still take over most of Google with GEBBS.
Hey, with this relationship with the Spiel, we're going to the top.
That's right.
Baby.
Number one, baby.
We typed you in, and you were delivering a phenomenal. You're in this blue room.
That's my house.
Is that your
yeah.
favorite color? The blue.
I do love blue.
Okay.
Yeah,
the
just
blue
worked in
room.
the hallway there.
And you're wearing pink, I believe, or you're talking
know,
pink.
yep.
It's a cancer thing, but we sat here, Matt, I guess for 6 minutes listening, and it was just, you're so full of energy,
Yeah.
and you can't turn away.
Well, good.
I have to ask, was there any particular incident or a relationship that led you to take the step to try to make a difference in a person's life?
You know, There's nothing specific, but I've had a number of different things. Like my family, I'm not where I am today without their support.
Sure.
I know a lot of people out there, unfortunately, sometimes don't have the support or blessing of their family, because I didn't go to college. You know, and there was people that told me, if I didn't go to college, I would not succeed.
Wow.
I mean, people close to me in my circles. But my mom and dad believed in me, and they said, you know, I said, and this is what I tell people, if they want to not go to college, they want to take a certain path, you have to talk about it with conviction.
That's right.
Whether you know what in the world's going to happen, you have to speak about it with conviction. So I said, give me 1 year. Let me just try it. I can always go back, and if this doesn't work out, I'll go back. But it gave me this drive. But I had a buddy pass away who used to help me out all the time with my business. And, you know, this guy, everybody just loved him to death. But he would do anything for anybody. And to see him light up brought a lot of joy to me. And I knew when he passed away that, you know, I'm an eternal optimist, but at the same time, life is short. And you need to go for your dreams. And so I achieved some amazing things in my life. And I guess out of achieving those things, I started to just go towards the thing of wanting to help others achieve theirs. It wasn't out of some massive pain that, you know.
Even as you said yesterday in your message, and perhaps that particular incident, you could have walked around and said, man, my buddy's gone, you know, he's dead.
Yeah, well, we always,
I'm sad.
sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah.
we always have a choice.
Absolutely.
In everything that happens in our life. And there's always somebody who takes the choice to go down the bad road, and another person in the same situation who makes the choice to go down a different road.
That's right.
A more positive road.
That's
And
right.
so what choice are you going to make? It's okay to fail, because let's talk about that for a second. So
Sure.
many people are afraid of failing, and I try to tell people that the only time that you're failing is just when you're not trying.
That's right.
That's it. So as long as you're trying, big or small, you're winning. You're
Learn
succeeding.
from those mistakes.
You'll-
Actually, it makes you
yeah.
stronger, doesn't it? You
Oh,
come back
I've
and you're
learned
like, I'm
so
definitely
much
not doing
more.
that again.
I've had times where I was depressed, not maybe clinically or whatever, but I was down in the dumps.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing what I loved, and I was stressed out, and I told you some stories before here, but once I started to get rid of that, cleared the toxic people out of my life, cleared all the television shows that were toxic and the everything, and just surrounded myself, you know, almost sheltered myself into this positive world. And yeah, there's bad things that happen, but you know what? There's great things that happen too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I got rid of a 20-year career because I was depressed, didn't realize it, but the news had gone a place I didn't want to go anymore. But the one part that I missed was just people and being able to share their stories. So that's why the Spiel was born, in part the reason why the Spiel was born. But boy, even when you put that one career aside, if you have your eyes wide open, God puts so many opportunities in your way as you go. But here's what happens often, Michael, and you've probably talked about this. Some people will pick it up and put it aside. Oh, it'll be there later. Pick it up and put that aside. But you're right. You better decide right then, am I going to do this? Because he gave me this opportunity.
well, and I get chills thinking about that, because there's opportunities in front of us every single day of our
Every
life.
day.
But most times people are so blind to them, or they let them pass by. Like, I mean, some of my biggest successes in my life came, like Tim Ferriss, for example, the 4-Hour Work Week. I reached out to him about filming his launch party
Wait
for
a
the
second.
4-Hour Body.
4-Hour Work Week?
Yeah, right. You ever heard of that book?
I need to
Check it out.
Matt, make note.
It changed my life.
4 hour. Don't even think about it, Matt, though. We're not going to the 4-hour work week.
You can go to the 4-day. You can go to the 4-day. But, you know, I literally had something. He had this launch party in New York City on a Tuesday. I flew out, got there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then that night slept in the baggage claim to be back, so I get back the next day.
Dedication,
And it
my friend.
cost me, you know, $300 for a flight. I didn't get paid a dime. But that changed my life to all these other things that have happened. But I've done that a lot. I mean, honestly, 2.5 hours to get here, I could have said, you know what, whatever. But I
glad
saw
you
it as an
didn't.
opportunity.
Yeah.
And I just think people have those sometimes, and they'll be like, well, I have a job, or I have this, or I have that. And they don't find a way to just make it happen,
That's
the hustle.
Right. That's right.
You know?
Make
So,
it happen. And
make it happen.
some people call it continuing education, which is important. You know, challenge yourself. Hey, if you want to learn to do something, figure out a way to do it. What's the best way to find you?
The best way is jumpstarterforlife.com.
Okay.
That'll go to a site with my videos, and I've got daily audios that I did and stuff. And then this other program that I've got that you said to go ahead and mention, you can go to Jumpstarter Live, and there's a link every week for the person we're having on. That's a live call, Q&A with them, but just digging deep.
Coming up on the Spiel.
Carry on, could you sing me a song? Cause I'm as lonesome as I can be.
There's a place that's tucked away from it all, where around every corner awaits something new, every venue something different, something for everyone. It's a place for quiet afternoons and joyous celebrations, a place for family, music, and food. This place isn't some exclusive resort. No, this is your Walker's Bluff.
My name is Brian Williams. I teach 2 of the online courses in the Marine Technology Department. It's a 2-year degree, so they're able to complete their courses while they're out on the river, and then they can progress in their degree program. Anytime you can attach a college degree, it makes your services a lot more valuable. This college really works with each individual. The return out of your investment is well worth the effort.
The Spiel presents You're On, 100% original new music.
My name's Eastwood Frisch from the band American Lion, and this song's called As Lonesome as I Can Be off my album called Mammoth.
When I was 9, my mama said so kind, boy, you like a bird without wings. I wish I was in the clouds where my mama is now. We could listen to those birds sing. Carry on, carry on. I wished I was gone to end up in this old world for me. Carry on, carry on. Could you sing me a song? 'Cause I'm as lonesome as I can be. It was cold and bright late one night, out in the moonlight, when you and I made love. Don't say I wasn't true, I was so good to you. I was sweeter than a turtle dove. And outside in the sunshine and the prairies where the bees fly, you were dancing and I was dying of thirst. You look so fine, I was gonna make you mine, but them bees flew away with you first. Carry on, carry on. I wished I were gone to end up in this old world for me. Carry on, carry on. Could you sing me a song? 'Cause I'm as lonesome as I can be. Now the whippoorwills knew you were gone too. They sounded so sad when they'd sing. They all flew away to sing another day, and they left me here wobbling the blues. Now when I was young, you know my papa told me, son, don't you try to be no cowboy or a king. Well, I wish I was in the ground where my daddy is now. We could listen to them cowboys sing. Carry on, carry on. I wish I were gone to end up in this old world for me. Carry on, carry on. Could you sing me a song? 'Cause I'm as lonesome as I can be. I said carry on, but sing me a song. I'm as lonesome as I can be. I'm as lonesome as I can be.
We get to know our patients and have more of a personal relationship with them. More one-on-one patient care and spend a little more time with the patients, which is something that really drew me to the profession.
That's the definition of primary care, to get to know the patient, get to know all of their medical conditions, everything that's going on with them.
After seeing them in the office, I keep taking care of them in the nursing home. I feel like I come to work just to provide patient care.
Financial responsibility has never been an easy lesson to teach kids.
Mom, Ashley's here. We're going to mall.
Okay, sweetie, be careful. Don't forget your debit card. Okay.
Until now. Introducing the Bank of Hearon Teen Debit Account. Your teen gets their own debit card from the Bank of Hearon, and you get the peace of mind of 24/7 account monitoring with the Bank of Hearon mobile app.
Honey, when did our daughter get a debit card?
Hello, it's 2015.
It's not just a bank, it's a relationship.
The Spiel, Saturdays at 11 on Fox 23.
Eastwood Frisch, you are on. What does that feel like? You're on.
I'm always on.
I like him. I like the name. I've said it like a dozen times since he came in today. Eastwood Frisch.
And you got it right.
Oh, man, I love it. I tell you what. I asked you if it was your real name. You said, no, I'm Bob or Joe.
Joe, yeah.
Joe, yeah. You were teasing. All right, Delta Blues, you're connecting to an older soul.
Yeah.
Talk about what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it this way.
Well, I just love Delta Blues music. It's where most rock and roll comes from. It's where most country comes from. You can all trace it back to there.
Yeah.
But most people don't have a clue about it. You could mention Delta Blues musicians all day long, and they're just going to look at you with a blank, I don't know who you're talking about. So all my songs, like the song I just played, Lonesome as I Can Be, is an original song, but it's very loosely based off a Mississippi John Hurt song, who's my favorite, just all time.
Yeah.
And my original goal was maybe if somebody really likes my music, they will backtrack it to see where this came from and expose them to the world that I know of blues music. So.
That's awesome. So you want them to have a full appreciation, not just of your music, study my roots, study
because
why I'm in it.
I grew up just being a Bob Dylan, Jimi Hendrix freak, Tom Waits, all those guys. You can trace just about any of their songs back to another song.
Yeah.
And that's why I ended up loving the music I do, is because I trace those songs back through those people.
Yeah.
So I'm just, in my small way, trying to carry the torch of,
that's awesome.
of that. So.
Very soulful, obviously a story in there. Are you writing about what you know? Are you writing about, what are you writing about?
Don't confuse the singer with the song. I don't write anything about myself. I don't really find that interesting. I don't have that interesting of a life. If you,
Eastwood Frisch, I find that hard to believe.
There's a line in one of my songs off my album Empire, a song called Bad Man. There's a line in there about my girl knocked your girl out with just one swing and a punch. Well, people constantly come up to my wife and say, you must be pretty tough. He's talking about you knocking people out.
Right.
And I have to tell them, no, it's not actually about my wife. It's, it's just
hey,
a song lyric.
None of this is real. It's all made
No,
up.
I talk about killing people in my songs. I'm not I'm not a murderer.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
But I do write what I know, and I think I kind of pick up this land in southern Illinois.
Yeah.
I think you can kind of hear it in there.
Oh,
the same way you could hear the Delta and the old Delta Blues guys.
Definitely relatability there. This, super cool.
Oh, the guitar. Thank you. This one, this was, my dad made this one for me, which we've been making guitars for a while. But
A luthier?
Yes.
I didn't think I would ever be able to use that word again.
You got it in.
Use it. How about that?
I'm glad you knew it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you knew it. No, he totally surprised me with this a couple Christmases ago.
Beautiful. What kind of wood? What
I believe that's called ambrosia maple.
that's fantastic.
That's from, see these little holes?
Yeah.
Well, when it's a little tree, there's some kind of bug, and he's
still in there.
No,
you brought him with you. He will be on all of your travels.
He's making a mess inside the tree, let's say.
Okay.
So as the tree grows, it takes his mess and spreads it out through the wood grain.
Isn't that so? But you know what? It's beauty here.
They're extremely hard to find because it's just an anomaly in wood. And he lucked out and came across some and made this one for me. So
there's a shotgun, and then what is that? Is that a tuba player?
That's a tuba. We got a tuba player.
Hey, now, you don't see that every day. You know, American Lion. You got the shotgun and the tuba. I don't know what those sounds. Those sounds combined, you got something.
If it wasn't in total silhouette, you would see that he's not wearing any clothes either.
Hey, That's for another day. That's for the
that's
R-rated,
show. That's for the
X-rated
late
show.
night. That's for the late night
show.
episode.
Yeah.
This one, I recorded this album with some of the guys from American Lion, but it's mostly me doing everything.
Welcome to the show. Gasoline.
Gasoline, that's what I was getting ready to say. I made a video for one of the songs, Gasoline, and it kind of just blew up, and I didn't
No
really...
pun intended.
yes, no pun intended. I didn't really expect it. It just kind of took off online as video form, and so basically we formed the band to support the CD because the CD was doing so well and the videos were doing so well.
How about that?
So we need to do something, put it together to support this thing.
Absolutely, because when you give people something they want and they take it and run with it, give them more.
Yeah,
You know?
But,
So you're doing what you want to do?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Eastwood Frisch, that is the final time I will say it. Play us out. Thanks so
All right,
much,
I'll
sir.
play a little rocker here for you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Like it or not, I'm a mean go-getter, love. I'll sing you a song, I won't write you no letter, though. I'm a French and a trousers, got a loaded little shotgun. But can you bring me some shame? I guess that's what I'm asking you.
This is where the tuba would come in.
You got it. Can you bring me some shame? Shame, woman, shame on me. Shame, shame, woman, shame on me.
Anybody can loan you money. Not everybody can understand how to make it fit for the bank, fit for you. 12 years ago, I went out on my own to do something different. I needed a loan. I talked to Steve Cook at Farmers. Steve took the time to listen and understand exactly what it was I was trying to accomplish. That personal investment that he had, not in cash, but his time. I think that's kind of their niche.
Give us a chance to show you no one will work harder or care more for you.
Watch the Healthy Hippie Chef on The Spiel. Explore an ever-expanding variety of wholesome, locally grown foods when you shop Illinois, where fresh is. For more information, visit IllinoisWhereFreshIs.com.
My name is Brian Williams. I teach 2 of the online courses in the Marine Technology Department. It's a 2-year degree, so they're able to complete their courses while they're out on the river, and then they can progress in their degree program. Anytime you can attach a college degree, it makes your services a lot more valuable. This college really works with each individual. The return out of your investment is well worth the effort.
You're watching The Spiel, and we have a, let's just say, how would you describe yourself? She said an author, a romance author, and you know what is, I'm a little starstruck because the Harlequin romance novels, you know, I remember even as a little girl, you'd pass your grandma's or your mom's bookshelf and you'd see these, you know, these covers and you're thinking, what's in that book, you know? And of course, I think the Harlequin romance novels, they have a premise. They want to offer these, first of all, unrealistic, uplifting, steamy, phenomenal scenes that always have what? Happy endings.
Always have happy endings.
Always have
That's
happy
the requirement to be a romance. It must have a happy ending.
Pamela Hearon, and you know, you have many works here to share, and you're published and doing very well, and people are curious. How'd you get started? Why did you get started doing this? Yeah.
I was an English teacher, so of course I was a frustrated writer.
That makes it even better.
You know, everybody who majors in English always wants to write the great American novel somewhere along the line.
Yes.
My husband and I went to England on vacation, and I got this idea for a story while I was over there. And I came back home and I said, I'm going to write a book. And he said, sure you are. And 6 months later, I had this book written, and I started trying to get it published, and I went through 26 rejections.
That's how it always works
Yeah,
out, you know?
yeah, but finally found a publisher, a small publisher, who was interested in it, and that was my first book, The Time Stone Key.
Yeah.
And then I had an idea to write a romance, and so I wrote a romantic comedy, and a second small publisher picked that one up, and that was His Hotness.
His Hotness, excuse me.
It's not nearly as steamy as it sounds.
Oh, okay. But you got to get them to buy the book.
Exactly.
You know, so
exactly. Oh, yes, then it's very steamy, very steamy. But after the success of these two books, I got an agent.
Okay.
And my agent sold me to Harlequin Romance.
Good for you. And you know, there's validation there. That's a name that is synonymous with success in this particular genre of books and offerings. Are you at all pulling from personal experiences?
I do.
Okay.
My very first book with Harlequin, Out of the Depths, the idea came from a cave that my high school boyfriend and I explored. When we were back in high school. This cave just stayed with me all these years. It was just the most amazing place.
Yeah.
And when I started writing that, I thought, I want it to be in the cave. I want part of it to be taking place in the cave.
Out of the Depths?
Out of the Depths is the,
my goodness, that's fantastic. And you know, you're in Southern Illinois, there's some Kentucky references here. Is there something about this part of the country that you find fascinating, that you draw from to, or do you have to travel abroad?
You've heard the old adage, write what you know.
That's right.
Well, I'm a Paducah girl originally, and I know Paducah, and I know Kentucky Lake, and that's where my heart is.
Okay.
And so most of my books take place in that area of Western Kentucky, although I live in Southern Illinois now, which I love.
Yes, which love brought you here as well.
Exactly, yes. But I just write what I know. And one of the things people have told me in this area that they enjoy so much is the reference that I make to the places in Paducah, especially.
That's really neat.
And the places around Kentucky Lake, so it's fun. Yeah.
And are the folks that are on your covers and such, do you meet those people? Do you hand select them? Or
no.
That's a Harlequin thing, isn't it?
Yeah. In fact, I don't even really have too much say-so in the covers at all. I tell them scenes that I would like to see on the cover, but then they do the
get to
shoots
decide. But you know, they've been kind of successful, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing.
It's so funny. If you Google Harlequin romance, I mean, there are some junkies out there now. There are websites just dedicated to women sharing their thoughts about the books and such as that. So, and they admit that they're people who like the laughter and the happily ever after.
And one thing you
she
said
laughs, as do I.
when we first started was speaking about your grandmothers, and we would like to stress that they're not your grandmother's romances anymore.
Exactly. Hey, I mean, what is age appropriate? When do they need to start the Harlequin craze?
Well, I mean, probably 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah. I always think of, especially the line that I write for, which is super romance. I think of it as sort of R-rated. The movies.
Super romance.
Super romance.
You graduated, look at that, with an R rating. There's the teacher, huh? English teacher, remember that? Are you at all surprised by the trends? Isn't that something that now people just press a button and you've downloaded the entire book? Isn't that something?
It's amazing.
Wow.
And I love traveling. Although I love print books, I love traveling with my Kindle.
Yeah.
And I can carry all of my books with me. I can take them out on the beach in one little square there, so it's pretty amazing.
And you're obviously available for book signings, such as that?
Always.
Okay. Well, it was an absolute pleasure, and I guess maybe one of your favorite lines or something that you've written. Is there something that was extra colorful that you've written that you were very proud of that you could share right now?
I was editing a book yesterday, and I thought, wow, this is pretty good, because it's a mother talking to the daughter, and she says, if you're not failing, you're not trying, and if you're not trying, you're not living. You're just existing. And I thought, wow, that's true in every part of life.
Everything.
So just keep trying. Just keep failing.
There you go. And find the books. We thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.
This is the day I've looked forward to for many years. Our family's been very blessed over the years, and we chose this day to share our blessings. We're very pleased today to offer this check to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
For more than a century, Farmer State Bank has been finding ways to serve you better.
St. Jude's Children's Hospital would like to give them a check also.
Let us show you how no one serves you better. Farmer State Bank.
Where else do you use a fish sauce?
This is actually the only dish that we have at the restaurant that uses fish sauce.
Okay. So it's not widely used. Maybe it's smart that you skip it at the supermarket. Just go get it when you need it, okay? It'll be there.
But it has great flavor.
It does have a great flavor. It's good.
I can truly say the relationship needs to matter.
It's not just the loan, it's adding value.
We are passionate about our customers and we want to take an active part in their life.
Good relationships is the sound basis. It's earned and over time.
Whatever it takes to satisfy that customer. It's not just a loan, it's a relationship.
My dad came here in the early 50s and started. My name is John Smith. My brother Terry and I have Smith Dairy Farm, and we're producers of milk for Prairie Farms Dairy. And we're outside at 4:30 in the morning. Cows need fed 365 days a year, and you learn the mannerisms of each animal. You learn who they are. Prairie Farms, they depend on us to be finished milking at a time when the truck's going to come to get the milk. We're all one big team.
Proudly farmer owned.
It's part of what we've been raised to do.
Prairie Farms.
Well, we're here to spiel it in our Southside Lumber Kitchen, brought to you by Prairie Farms. And this lady, I'm super duper excited about. Chef, we're going to call her Chef Tricia. We're going to call her the mastermind behind all the fabulous works at the BrickHouse restaurant there, the BrickHouse Grill in Anna, Illinois. But you know, we stumbled upon you recently at an event. Russell Hill Winery had the pick of the vine, and you were turning out some crab cakes that day.
Yes.
Woo! By design, right?
Thank you.
You cook them up and everybody starts, and they just have to follow the smell. They were delicious, delicious. Everything I've ever had at the BrickHouse Grill is amazing. That's probably because you put a lot of thought, a lot of work into that menu, right, Tricia? Talk about that.
We do. Everything is cooked to order.
So today, we're gonna do the Thai shellfish hot pot.
Yes.
Okay, well tell me, let's take it away. What are we gonna do?
Okay.
Good work.
We are gonna start out, we need like a tablespoon of olive oil.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, you've been doing it so long, that's right. You're not guessing. I mean, you probably have it down to a science.
Right. I've pre-cut my veggies here.
Okay.
We have a cup of onion, a cup of green onion, and 4 tablespoons of minced garlic.
Nice.
So.
And how, you must have spent hours dicing that finely and that thinly.
It takes a little time.
Did you really do that by hand?
Yeah.
My goodness, girl. Awesome.
All right. So basically, you're just going to saute that. 4 cups of chicken stock.
Uh-huh. Now listen, how important is that? Most chefs will tell you they'll sometimes spend days getting their stocks, their beef stock, chicken stock. Do you fool with all that?
I have, but this actually I made from base, a chicken base.
Okay.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
And then you can make it as strong or as weak as you want.
There you go.
Okay, and then a can of coconut milk.
Oh, that's something you don't think about cooking with often, but boy, it's good when it gets in there, isn't it?
It is. It adds a nice flavor.
Coconut milk.
Coconut milk. This calls for 1/2 cup and.
Okay. The rice.
4 cups of tomatoes.
Yep.
Diced tomatoes.
Perfectly diced by our own chef here. That's not really something you think about picking up at the grocery store. But it goes nicely in these types of dishes. Where else do you use a fish sauce?
This is actually the only dish that we have at the restaurant that uses fish sauce.
Okay. So it's not widely used. Maybe it's smart that you skip it at the supermarket. Just go get it when you need it, okay? It'll be there.
But it has great flavor.
It does have a great flavor. It's good.
Okay, and this is rice vinegar. And
rice vinegar.
It's like 5 tablespoons of that.
What's the prep time on this usually?
As far as...
Well, chopping, you've been doing that for hours this morning, and then...
Probably an hour.
An hour, get everything done. Okay.
And then...
She said she does it by hand. Do you use
lime
those cool
juice?
tools? Do you use the...
No, my knife.
Her knife. Do you get the true chef right here? Lime juice.
All right,
Fresh.
lime and lemon juice.
Okay. Fresh. You can't just buy those squeeze things, the plastic things, or can you?
You can.
You can. They won't know the difference. They might. I would probably know. Sophisticated palate would know, right? Jason would know. He'll know. He would immediately say, that is the squeeze thing. Wouldn't you? You would know.
These are rice noodles, rice sticks.
Love those. Hey,
and they're
that's good.
A little crazy.
Yeah. It's one of those things you always want to order on the menu. You know, you want to try it out, but you're thinking, man, you know, they've got good fish. The pecan tilapia is to die for, you know, and then the good old steak. But man, to take a gamble and do the Thai shellfish hot pot. Brilliant.
Well, you get to try it today.
I'm pumped. I know. I am elated. So we've got everything mixed in here that you needed. We've done the rice noodles, and we're going to pick it up now with what?
This is cilantro.
Oh, yeah.
And I could throw it in at the last minute. About a half a bunch.
Half a bunch, okay. Yeah. Cilantro is one of those spices now. As soon as when you get into it, you know what it is and you like it. It's good stuff. You need another spoon? I'm going to do dishes real quick.
This will work.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
so it's not just for salsa anymore, the cilantro, right?
Exactly.
It's
very good. What I thought would work.
Really pretty.
Yeah, thanks. And then you're just going to put your shellfish right in there.
And you're doing a variety of things. You've got the scallops.
Got scallops, shrimp, and mussels.
Nice. And the mussels always go in the shell. Always go in the shell. Okay.
We do. That's mostly for presentation.
Okay.
I mean, you could take them out, and so that's it. Then it just kind of cooks itself. It doesn't take long, a couple of minutes.
Okay. So we got all the ingredients in?
Yes.
And then we're going to plate this up, and when we come back, we get to sample it. Look at this. This is a dish that any chef would be proud to serve. It just looks good. It looks really good.
Needs a little.
No, Jason, there will be no mussels or anything left for you. I'm sorry.
My name is Paul Joseph Cruz. I'm an OBGYN. I am the only obstetrician that still delivers their own patients.
Dr. Cruz is awesome, really cares for his patients.
Unless I'm out of town, I would make sure that I deliver them, whether I'm on call or not. That definitely creates a big bond between families and between physicians.
Anybody would have a great experience here.
I like exactly what I do. I like to be part of access to care for patients that really need it.
I am a reading instructor at Three Rivers. I try to get to know my students outside of the classroom. I do believe in it, and I believe in everything the instructors are doing here.
It's a really good education. I've learned a lot in the time I have here. So far, it's been a really good experience.
The instructors are very much one-on-one. They make themselves available to the students all the time.
Success starts.
Success starts. Success starts.
At Three Rivers
College. Success does start at Three Rivers College.
Tricia's in the kitchen today, the owner's chef of BrickHouse Grill, right along with your sister, right? Julie, we can't forget her.
Yes.
She couldn't be here today, kind of like my Julie, my co-host.
Right.
You know, she's been calling in sick a lot. Does your Julie do that?
She doesn't really call in sick. She just decides that she's not coming.
She's on vacation.
Yeah,
Listen, you can handle it. You can work from the back, the front. It's a lovely experience. BrickHouse Grill in Anna, Illinois. There's so many reasons to go to Anna. It's steeped in history. A lot of really cool things happening there. But the food at the BrickHouse Grill is the primary reason you want to go in and visit. And we're going to sample some of that today. Tricia, the other thing that you were toying with the idea of doing a dessert here today because they're so good and they're homemade. Talk about what you guys offer on a daily basis.
The desserts actually are homemade by our mom.
Now see, it just got a whole lot. You got Tricia, Julie, and Mom.
Yes.
And Mom's there every day? Or just
She's
to make
not
the
there
desserts?
every day.
Okay.
She comes up and makes some of the desserts. We do have, like here we have bread pudding, which is it's become our signature dessert.
Sure.
Although this is a buttermilk pie.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
my grandmother's recipe, and it's getting, we're getting a lot of requests for that now.
Okay. Well, again, from the crab cakes to this remarkable dish, and it looks very complicated, but it really wasn't. It took a little prep time, but putting it all together, and then the end result is one of those things that your guests will go, wow.
Coming up on the Spiel.
It just makes other people talking about it hopefully a little easier.
Yes.
And in my position, with having gone through breast cancer, for me it was very therapeutic, I think, to talk about it.
Yeah.
Listen to what students are saying about a quality education at Three Rivers College.
It was affordable.
It was closer to home, only about an hour away.
The teachers are wonderful. Being a single mom, it really helps me out.
We choose Three Rivers because Three Rivers is a very family-based type of community.
It was Three Rivers because, of course, the price, but it was closer to home too.
They get to know you and try and figure out how they can help you.
Just come to Three Rivers. It's the best place to start.
To learn more, visit trcc.edu.
You beat out some pretty tough competition to get that part, right?
There were about 300 people at CBS for about a week. And the very last day, Raquel Welch walked in, I was told, to audition for Marianne. Actually, she'd have been a better Ginger than a Marianne. But I was much more typical of the role than she would have been. She was too sexy and glamorous,
We love making new friends. Visit us online at facebook.com/SpielOn.
I lived in Atlanta. I went to medical school in Chicago, and I would choose rural practice over big city practice any day.
I got the GI Bill and went to school on that, and came back to my home community, and that's where I've been ever since. People have known us and trusted us for many years, and we're going to continue to provide excellent quality health care.
The convenience, everyone's very knowledgeable.
I just love taking care of people because I like people and feel that's my God-given talent and want to use my talent to serve others.
Thank you very much for watching The Spiel. I'm joined now by a lady that you'll know as soon as she speaks up, so shh. I have an affinity for this lady. This is Lia Mira. She's the only gal I know that she's rocking out at like 5 a.m. You got that music going. Do you jam like that in the studio?
I do.
Awesome.
It's got to be the right song, though.
CIL?
CIL-FM.
And the call, where is it on the dial? Because I'm lazy. I just pressed the button.
101.5.
101.5. It is hot, right? It's like all the latest.
You got it.
Man, I tell you.
I thought you were country. You are so CIL.
I am diverse. I am both.
I am too.
Yeah.
I am too. I'll admit it.
Now, Julie, country.
She's country.
Yeah. She does not appreciate all that CIL has to offer, right?
No, but you know what? She's got daughters.
She
and
does.
they listen to me, so
Oh, yeah.
she also listened to me at times too.
There you go. There you go. We go way back. I'm sitting in who happens to be our pediatrician for my son. You walk in with your baby.
Yeah.
I guess our kids are pretty close. What are the ages
Preston
of your?
will be 9 next month.
Okay, see?
Mhm.
So you walk in, I'm like, hi, that
Hello.
thing happens.
We're
And then
moms.
you just, because you know what? They were both first. They were our first,
Yeah.
right? And so you're trying to do everything perfect, right?
Oh, trying.
But boy, did kids change everything?
Everything.
I mean, everything.
Yeah, everything. And it's wonderful.
It is.
It's a game, it's a challenge. Oh, but it's a scrapbook. It's priceless. You know that.
You did it twice. You've got two?
I've got 2. My daughter is 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Difference between the son and the daughter?
Oh, yeah.
Night and day?
Night and day. My son is mellow, pretty easygoing, wants to be outside and hang around with dad and cuddle on the couch. And my daughter is, she's definitely a mama's girl.
Really?
But,
Okay.
oh my gosh, she is the drama one, for sure.
I wonder where she gets it.
I can't claim it. I'm not going to claim it.
Okay.
But she is very dramatic. She's everything is awesome and everything is horrible all at the same time. And, she's you ruined fashion for the dog because I can't put a tutu skirt on her anymore. I mean, it's that level.
Not that you're even expected to understand what just was.
Don't even try.
It's so funny because I had this conversation with someone who has, a daughter and a son, and it's funny because you ask your son, "How was school today?" That was good. Oh, would you? Yeah, it's fine. You know, the daughter, oh, well, anyway, at 10:05, I'm with my friend, and we go down the hall, and she's wearing the skirt, and I can't believe it because we have this. Is it kind of like that?
It is very much like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And they're both wonderful in their own ways. Every parent will say that. There's excitement and adventure around every corner.
Yeah. Do they think it's cool that they have a DJ for a mom?
I would like to think that they think so.
Okay.
I think that, you know, a lot of people know their mom.
Okay.
So that's
know the
normal.
voice of their mom.
Yeah, that's kind of
voice.
normal
Okay.
to them. It's not like, I mean, you know, it's not like people part the sea when I walk down the street or anything.
Until you speak. And they're like, wait, where's my radio?
But
Yeah.
they do think it's funny when someone who's bagging my groceries or someone at the store, someone I run into said, I heard what you said today, it was so funny. Or just make a comment about what they've heard me say on the show, and they'd be like, who is that? Yes, I have no idea. Apparently, they listen to the show.
It's interesting in this field of broadcasting and journalism, when you're in radio, when you're in TV, it's just bound to happen where people become very much involved in your life. I mean, you're talking. Listen, we're really not doing anything but wasting time, right? We're sitting there, we're playing some music, we're telling some stories that people can relate to, and all of a sudden you become family, right? To everybody.
Yeah.
And it's been interesting to watch you and to listen to you, and everybody thinks that they know you, and you've really kind of turned, you've gone through some battles, and let's talk about that.
I put it out there, boobs, breast. It just makes other people talking about it hopefully a little easier.
Yes.
You know, and in my position, with having gone through breast cancer, for me it was very therapeutic, I think, to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I've got breast cancer, I'm dealing with it, I have a microphone, and I'll use it, you know, hopefully to build more awareness for others. Now, I was 34 when I was diagnosed. Let's say I had just turned 30, 29, 30, and I'm thinking, breast exams, I don't know how to do this.
Something about on the pillow and that kind of thing, and then stand in the mirror or something. It's like, what am I looking for? Yeah.
Exactly. What are you looking for? Everything feels weird. I don't know. The thing is, that I know now, is to do it anyway because you're going to know if something changes.
Okay.
I didn't do it. I didn't do the self-breast exams.
Julie, she was saying, well, you said I did?
It's not Julie's fault.
You said I did, but she wasn't doing it.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know, it's like, I don't have to worry about this. And then once I became 30, when I turned 34, I'm like, well, I will start thinking about this soon. You know, when I turn 35, I'll have my first mammogram, I'll think about it.
Surely nothing will happen before then.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, something happened before then. And no, I didn't think that I would get a breast cancer diagnosis. Even once I found the lump, like, I was concerned, I called the doctor right away, but still wasn't expecting it.
You talk for a living. When you heard you have breast cancer, you were likely speechless.
Pretty much. And I kind of had an idea, you know, when
you had prepared yourself?
I had prepared myself when, even, you know, as I need a biopsy, we see something, it's a mass. We're not saying it's cancer, but we do want to look further into it. So let's get that biopsy done. Okay. So when I speak to the surgeon, she said, I'll be honest, we're concerned. We're all very concerned. But I don't want you to worry about it yet.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing to worry about it until we get there. So I try to keep that attitude, you know, let's do the biopsy. But when they say, hey, I want you to meet me at the office. Come on in, we'll talk. Dun, dun, dun. I knew the answer, you know.
But man, the moment you announced, I felt it. It was like everybody just grabbed hands around you. And I mean, there had to be some serious prayers going up.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt it. You had to feel it because I felt it. And I'm on the outside looking in.
It was a private thing that I kept private when I told the kids, you know, here's what's happening. And,
Sure.
and again, that was just to protect them. Once my people knew, I made it public on the air, and I hadn't even planned on doing that. I went to work with a hat on my head. I almost called in because I didn't know what to do with my no hair. You know, It's like not a bad hair day, it's a no hair day.
No hair.
I'm like, okay, this is settling in. Threw a hat on. I said, I'm not calling in for work because of my hair or lack thereof, because I hadn't called in for chemo. You know,
to keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm like, we're going to work, we're doing this. And I did. And it was a perfect opportunity for me to talk about it.
Because I don't know if you'll ever realize, once you decided to open up publicly, that the number of people you may have touched, you know, that maybe that person who never spoke of it didn't want to talk about their own battle, but hearing yours and somehow you had the ability to raise them up.
And relating to my listeners on a whole nother level,
Absolutely.
you know.
And you're using it now, like just, you know, you're doing promos right now where you're talking about the importance of self-check. Is that your mission now, is to just make a difference in the lives of others?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, to remind people to schedule your mammogram or do the self-breast exams. Even though I was uncomfortable with it, I feel like, okay, that was a mistake. You know, I could have found my tumor sooner had I been doing these self-breast exams. And I was very lucky to have found it in time, but it was a good-sized tumor. You know, let people know that you need to do this, you need to do this. And also, you know, for those who are battling, the positivity really, the positive attitude was big for me. It really helped keep me going. I feel like if I had said, okay, I need 3 months, 5 months, 6 months off work, I would have sat on my couch and I'd have watched TV and I would have felt horrible.
Yeah.
But the getting up to work and the picking kids up from school.
And the music, I mean, the music keeps you going, right?
You're right. Again, there was some songs really were very
Johnny, let's
therapeutic.
dance. Get up, let's dance. I feel like dancing.
And you know, and with my job, it was, some days were very difficult, but I can turn on my microphone for 90 seconds, make magic happen with a great attitude and positivity, and turn my microphone off and just be like, whoa. You know, I was able to do that, and that kept me going.
People expect you to do that.
Yeah.
That's a tall order. I mean, you realize every morning that people are just waiting for Lia to come on and be all bubbly, you know?
As tired as I can be, I can still turn it on when I need to.
There you go.
These days, video is everywhere. TVs, computers, even your phone. With so many ways to use video to reach your potential audience, it's become an important part of doing business. If you like the commercials you've seen during the spiel, and if your business could benefit from a creative approach to telling your story, with attention-grabbing visuals and thoughtfully executed scripts, perhaps it's time you give Growing Media a call. We'd love to hear from you.
Fitness is a way of life for me. It is my passion. At the Den Fitness Center, we offer a lot of different programs. We have a 15-week program when it comes to personal training. Build their muscle, build their strength, chart your progress, and we get results. We guarantee anybody that trains with us 30 pounds in 15 weeks if they listen to us. You can go to any gym, but a gym's just a gym. We're not your average gym, we're a family. And I teach people to live again.
We're trying to make banking as easy and painless as we can.
We have a track record of doing business well beyond county borders.
And there have been great opportunities, you know, in Jackson County, Williamson County. People with the foresight to take some risk and do some things.
We try to have a direct relationship with all our customers.
How's it going?
You know, make them feel at home. We're a hometown bank. That's what we're about.
Celebrating 100 years. Find us at DuQuoinStateBank.com.
Look, it's all about the life of Lia. See, that's a whole other segment. Julie's gonna love it.
I'm missing Julie today,
You know,
I will say that.
I am missing Julie. Let me tell you, I didn't realize it, but I didn't laugh enough in life. That girl can make me laugh.
Yeah. Yes.
She didn't even mean to.
Yeah. No, for sure. I agree.
So you saw another side of Julie when she was on radio. You said she'd just walk in every day with, what, pajama pants and rollers?
The rollers, yeah, the rollers. And if I didn't see her in
those
time,
long locks, those long
and
red
they were
locks.
always perfect.
Yeah.
Bouffant,
Yeah.
you know.
But we do have certain things that we have to do, a certain order of business here to close out. Listen, people tune into the Spiel for so much.
Yeah.
I mean, we're furthering their education. They're
Absolutely.
learning so much.
Absolutely.
And unlike my news days, we don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. We make stuff up. We just make it up.
We can do that.
We can do it. It's fantastic. Because you can do that on the radio, right? Just
You
make
got
stuff
it.
up. Johnny's like, are you sure? You're like, absolutely. If they go look it up and it's wrong, who cares?
Well, you know what? He also speaks of theater of the mind, which I can do in radio that you can't do in TV.
Exactly.
Today, for instance, we had a bra fitting in the studio.
Nice.
And Johnny was fitted for a bra.
Was he a K? Something like a K or like
yeah,
a
he
weird
wanted
number.
to be a K. I don't know if he was quite there, but we pretended to give him the bra.
I thought you did.
See?
Theater of the mind. Bravo. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we have word of the week.
Okay.
Okay. You remember the mouths and the say. We've kind of made it our own version.
Bring
It's
it
not-
back.
Yeah, we're trying to.
Yeah.
We just look. When you run out of stuff to do, you just got to go back to the old times and bring it up. It
Rehash.
Worked. It worked. Yeah. So Ashley has given us okay, one more time. You may remember it. What is it?
Sesquipedalian.
See, now she's just showing off. That's ridiculous. Sesquipedalian. And that is a person who uses big words. Who'd have thunk it? Okay. Listen, all right. So we don't know how we're going to break it up.
No.
Maybe if I do Oh, you want us to do it, Jason?
Well, that, like each syllable? Each syllable? So it'd be se.
Square.
Sesquipedalian.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Am I starting?
Yes.
Okay, I forget the assignment. Okay. Jason, are you ready? Ready. Okay.
Squid.
What's the other part? P. What? Square P.
It's hard or slow, isn't it?
10 and a win. You remember that? Jodie Foster, fantastic film. Did not know what she was saying, kind of like now.
Right.
Okay, sesquipedalian.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Squipedalian.
Oh, person who uses big words. Thanks so much.
Thank you. It was great visiting with you right here on the couch.
Thank
so
you
comfy.
for being here, and even though you don't subscribe to cable or you catch us
Busted!
sometimes, like in a place when she's in a business and she's like, oh, there's that show, The Spiel.
Well, I find it online.
Okay, good.
That's my outlet right there.
We appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching.
I wanted to be a career military man. I had done 9 years and then budget cuts came in. The best place to start over is college.
Really nice people. So far it's been a really good experience.
It's amazing, and it's all because of the teachers. I mean, they're the funniest, most down-to-earth people I've ever met.
I am motivated by students' goals and the outcomes that they desire for themselves. I actually came to Three Rivers and met my husband here.
Success starts at Three Rivers College. Most definitely starts at Three Rivers College.
We get to know our patients and have more of a personal relationship with them.
More one-on-one patient care and spend a little more time with the patients, which is something that really drew me to the profession.
That's the definition of primary care, to get to know the patient, get to know all of their medical conditions, everything that's going on with them.
After seeing them in the office, I keep taking care of them in the nursing home.
I feel like I come to work just to provide patient care.
To have it all without spending all that you have, you've got to look your best for less. That's why this mama is bargain savvy, so you don't have to be. But most of all, I love sharing DIY tips and tricks that can simplify your life and natural remedies that you can use every day. So each week I'll feature brilliant ideas that you can use, all to help you have it all without spending all that you have. For more tips and tricks, visit mamasaurus.com.
We're trying to make banking as easy and painless as we can.
We have a track record of doing business well beyond the county borders.
And there have been great opportunities, in Jackson County, Williamson County. People with the foresight to take some risk and do some things.
We try to have a direct relationship with all our customers.
How's it going?
Make them feel at home. We're a hometown bank. That's what we're about.
Celebrating 100 years. Find us at DuQuoinStateBank.com.
The Spiel, Saturdays at 11 on Fox 23.